I'm happy to be here and to see all of you. Kind of I think a spontaneous program. I was just coming for lunch, but got bigger and bigger and bigger, which is very blissful. And I was thinking that at the Sunday feast, we were discussing the importance of associating with devotees who are Krishna's representatives, and they're like you could say a magnet to attracting us to Krishna's lotus feet. And there's many examples in Vedic culture of persons who were not even inclined to become devotees, but became devotees. Of course, the first two that come to mind are Jagai and Madai. Actually, they're often portrayed in a comical way, in ISKCON's, many skits or theaters, at a Sunday feast or something, but actually they were pretty bad guys. But they became devotees. And there's another example of a personality who was just as bad, just as fallen in a previous age. He was by profession he was a thief. But I think a stronger word is, in Hindi we say dacoit. When you say dacoit in India, people start shivering. Dacoits go to any means to get their fortune. And this particular thief, he lived in a village, and everyone tried to avoid him because they knew that's what he did. He was a thief. He would expertly go into their homes at night when everyone was sleeping, and he would go through wherever the jewelry was, wherever the money was, whatever the opulence was there, he would steal it. There was described there wasn't practically one person or a family in the entire town who hadn't been robbed by this dacoit. Someone says the same for the devotees in South Africa. There's not a devotee that hasn't had their house robbed or something like that's happened here. So you get an idea what he was like. But it got to the point that there was nothing left to steal. He'd stolen it all and sold it all, and he had the best mansion in town. Nobody dared steal from him. So he was kind of getting restless. That was his profession. And, even if you're well-to-do, if you don't have some work to do, you get restless. I've seen that. I've met wealthy people who have more than enough money, but they still go to work. My grandfather was an example of that. My grandfather was a self-made man, they say in America. Self-made man means that he came to America, I think, from Germany, and he had nothing but a few coins in his pocket. But to make a long story short, he was able to get into school. He went to school, he got educated, and he invented something. He was an inventor. He invented a number of things, but he invented this floating roof concept on the petroleum, on the, not oil, but petroleum, like liquid oil. It was stored in big vats, huge containers, but what was happening was that it was evaporating a little bit. So if you've got thousands of these vats and it's evaporating, you're losing money. So he came up with this idea of a floating roof. It floated, it protected the oil and the petroleum, and it didn't evaporate. He made millions and millions, self-made man. And I remember that he didn't need to work, but whenever I would visit him and my grandmother, every day he put on his suit. Every day he'd go to the office, and I went with him a few times. Grandpa, can I come? Yeah, come on. And he'd sit at his desk and he'd read the newspaper, he'd make a few calls, write a few notes, which he never used. And, many hours later he'd come back home. We get attached to our livelihood, although he had a lot of money. So think of it like that. This particular thief, he didn't need to steal anymore because he had so much, but he couldn't get it out of his blood. It was part of his DNA. So one day this massive kirtan party happened to come along the road through the town. these pilgrims were on their way on a pilgrimage to a holy place, and they were coming along, and they were dancing and singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Big, maybe 500, 600 pilgrims, like that. And the ladies wear gold in India. I don't see anyone wearing gold in Durban. And I know why, because there's lots of dacoits. So their ladies wear it. It's a sign of, prosperity. And gold, men were also wearing gold. They had gold chains and gold rings, because it said that gold protects one from lust. And as lust, anger, and greed are described as the 3 gates leading to hell. So to calm the senses, nature's arrangement, Mother Nature's arrangement, is that you wear gold. You wear pearls to cool the mind. And you wear coral to protect you from Rahu. So like that, Prabhupada said one time that in Kali Yuga, jewels and mantras never lose potency. It can be a mantra described in the Svetasvatara Upanishad or the Bhagavatam or something, but if you chant it, it has the same potency that it had in Dwapara Yuga and in Treta Yuga and in Satya Yuga. Good jewels, not, a good jewel has the potency, and mantras have the same potency. So everyone was bedecked in jewels, and they were bedecked in their gold, and they're going on their way. So he's thinking, aha, so here's my next opportunity. I can join this party of these silly, foolish pilgrims who believe in a God. He was a sinful person, so he was atheist. So I'll join them, and then I'll steal from them. So usually he was kind of in tattered clothes, dirty. He had money, but he had bad habits. So he went to the local market and he bought a dhoti, like our gentlemen are wearing dhotis, paka dhotis, and nice kurta. And then he went to the part of town, he bought kantimala. Then he bought a ball of tilak. Then he went to the barber, and he had them shave his head and leave a sika. So he looked like a devotee. We call that Kali Chela. In this age, someone in Kali Yuga who's posing as a devotee for some ulterior motive. Who would do that in modern days, Dress like it. Oh, you're a Hare Krishna. No, I'm not. I'm a dacoit. I just did this to come to the temple and steal. So he dressed like that. And he kind of observed them, their mannerisms, And then he came looking very devotional. Hare Ram, he couldn't remember the mantra, like that, and bowing down to everybody, and can I do some service to you? There's a saying, too much devotion is a sign of a thief. And he was a thief, and his devotion was false. But they welcomed him, because Vaishnavas are very soft-hearted, and if they see anyone who shows some propensity for spiritual life, they'll welcome that person with, we say, right, open arms. And that's ISKCON. ISKCON does welcome anyone and everyone. Sometimes it doesn't turn out so well. There's persons who come and the heart's so polluted they can't really surrender enough, and then, whatever, they have problems. And there's, anyway, history there. But this is an institution, and we welcome anyone who wants to come in. So they welcomed him. I think he wants mommy. That's a mommy cry. She'll pacify him. She knows that it's a mommy's mommy. Is that your mother? So she knew when you were like that what to do. So now that's easy. Is giving her mom. Mother-in-law. Right?
Does a lot.
So he joined, and then, he'd go to the Mongol Artik in the morning, na 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 na. I mouth the words. Sometimes you see new devotees, they don't want to look uncomfortable. They're mouthing the words. It's not exactly what we're singing. And then, he was take prasadam, mahapradano nimne namane manima. So, but then one night when everyone fell asleep, he woke up. He had a plan, and everyone had their valuables in their general luggage they had in a bag. Or didn't work. He wants to come to the class. They like stories like this. So then he would go and he would take the remnants of someone's bag like that, and then he would go to the next person and take their bag and switch them. He'd, take whatever he wanted, and then he'd put the bag next to somebody else and go to the next person, take one and put that bag somewhere. So what happened is that people woke up in the morning and their bags weren't there, neither were their valuables there. So they started looking around. My bag's over there. And they opened up, there's nothing there. You stole my... So there was all this infighting going on. He's saying, yeah, my bag too. My bag, he hid his bag so no one could see it. My bag too's gone, because he had all the jewels in the bag. So like this, there was some disruption in the community, but somehow things went on. And he would do this almost every night till they started posting guards. And when the subject matter came up that we need to post, someone to watch our things because there's a thief amongst us, they asked for volunteers. And guess who was the most, me! I'm new here. I'm very happy to be in association of so many wonderful devotees. My parents were devotees and I went to Gurukul. And, he knew all the tricks. He's a smart guy. And I'd like to do some service. So, yes, thank you so much. No, don't mention it. Don't mention it. No, thank you for being the guard. No, it's okay. It's okay. So then that night he stood guard and, people woke up in the morning and then they saw he was sleeping, pretending to sleep. And they said, oh, look, everything's... I said, I'm so sorry. I just fell asleep. I got around, 3:30 in the morning before you all got up. I fell asleep. And one of you went around stealing from everybody. I'm so sorry. I'll try to stay awake tomorrow night. So like this, dacoit, intelligent, Even the demons are doesn't mean they're foolish dumbos. The demoniac persons, they can use their intelligence in the wrong way. Just like Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu was extremely intelligent. When his brother passed away, was killed by Varaha, Hiranyakashipu tried to calm everyone down by speaking Vedic knowledge. My dear family members, don't lament. We're not the body, we're the spirit soul. After death, there's rebirth. And, hopefully, my brother will be born in a very demoniac family. And then become a very good daitya. And Ravana was so intelligent that, like Hiranyakashipu, he conquered the three worlds, the lower planetary systems, the middle planetary, higher planetary systems. That takes some intelligence. Actually, his name gives us an idea of how demoniac he was with what he did. Ravana, the definition of the name Ravana, as given by several scholars, is he who makes the universe scream. Here's Mr. Not you. Here's Mr. who makes the universe scream. And all the daitya, hobgoblins, witches, like that. So don't think that the demoniac cannot be intelligent. In fact, in the Gita, Krishna refers to those persons who are intelligent, but they misuse their intelligence to misguide human society and cause so much trouble. He says that he pushes them down into lower species of life, birth after birth. So, our thief was intelligent. And time went on, and the only solace is, people lost their precious property, but they were sadhus and sadhvis, so the real purpose of their expedition was to go to a holy place and take shelter of Krishna, Bhagavan, he who has all the opulences. So every morning there was Bhagavatam class, and every morning our dacoit would fall asleep in the class. He apologized, but I'm up all night guarding you people. Actually, he just didn't care to hear the philosophy. He'd just go to sleep. So one time, a renowned sannyasi happened to pass by in the opposite direction, going to another holy place. So all the people in the Parikrama party, they stopped him, they begged him, sadhu sangha, sarva shashtu koi, lavamatta sadhu sangha, sarva siddhi hoy. Please, you're sadhu. A moment's association with sadhu can give one perfection in spiritual life. Please, can you give class this morning? He said. So he sat down, and everyone was there, and our thief was asleep. And he started speaking about Krishna. And at one point he gave Parashara Muni's definition of God, which is Bhagavan, that person who owns all opulences. Everyone was listening very carefully. He's the most renounced, he has the most knowledge, he has the most intelligence, so forth and so on, and he has the most riches. He has the most wealth. Now at that moment, when he said to the group of pilgrims that this person, Bhagavan, has all the wealth, our thief woke up. Wealth, money, jewels. Like we may be sleeping in class, but if we hear Hare Krishna, we wake up. Krishna, you were sleeping. No, I wasn't sleeping. Happens all the time, right in class. Wake up. I'm not sleeping. What did he say? I'll tell you tomorrow. He woke up when he heard this. This person has all the wealth. Now that's something that means something to a thief, right? Instead of just a little small job, you get a couple watches in someone's house. You come across their fortune, you can take it all. So then the class went on. He was listening very attentively. And at the end, the sannyasi said, he didn't look at his watch, sorry. He looked at the sun. How far the sun has gone in the northern hemisphere. So he figured it's getting late, so he just had a few minutes for questions. So he said, any questions? And everyone was surprised, because usually the thief by that time he was like this. And he was the first one to ask a question. So he said, revered Maharaj, Gurudev, you mentioned this person who had all the wealth. I forget his name, but you mentioned that guy, right? I'm just curious, where does he live? Where does he live? So sannyasi, he's a simple sannyasi. He didn't know who this person was. He lives in Vrindavan. So when he said Vrindavan, all the people went, "Yay, Radhe Shyam!" And the thief's like, what? It's a big deal here. He lives in Vrindavan. Bhagavan lives in Vrindavan. So the thief said, "Oh, that's nice. Okay." We say in Russian, "Spasibo bolshoye." Thank you very much. Short break. Actually, I think I'll finish the class when I come next year.
So he's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. So then afterwards, the thief was kind of, helping with like washing the dishes or something. And he said, where's this Vrindavan? He said, oh, it's as far as several hundred yojanas or whatever it is. So it's far away. I said, like, how long do you think it'd take to walk there? It'd probably take you a couple of months. He was very greedy for this money, so he said, how long do you think it would take to walk there, or to run there? You could probably make it in a month. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your valuable association, the thief said to everyone, and I have to go now. I've really enjoyed here, but I'm going to go to Vrindavan to find Bhagavan. Oh, you're such a saintly person. Sadhu, sadhu. Like, whoa. Sadhu, sadhu. You're going, yeah, Bhagavan. Why? Well, the Maharaj told us that, he has all the opulence. He's very intelligent, he's very renounced, he's very beautiful. He left out the wealth part. I'd like to meet this guy. When he said that, no, he's not a guy. Yeah, sorry. He didn't know who he was dealing with. So he left. And he ran like the wind. One time I heard one speaker say that we should be as enthusiastic for spiritual life as we were for material life before we became devotees. Some people work very hard. Or as Rupa Goswami puts it even more, he really hits home. He said, as young boys are attracted to young girls, and young girls are attracted to young boys, in the same way, my dear Krishna, but in a transcendental way, let me love your lotus feet. Let me be attracted to you. Because we know how that desire, right? Every man wants a woman, everyone wants a man in the world, the whole world goes around like that. It's a powerful force. So if we could just have that same drive to fall in love with Radha and Shyam, be there pretty quick. Right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare. So he got there in 3 weeks. Came to Mathura, and then he, actually Mathura is part of Braj Mandala, you could say. Well, actually it's not, but people often talk, there's a demarcation between Vrindavan and Mathura. But he got to Mathura, and then he came to the frontier of Vrindavan, and there was a sadhu there. And he said, hey Baba, where's Bhagavan? He said, I don't know what you're talking about. No, Bhagavan. Bhagavan lives here. What part of the town? What's the street address? What's the street number? Vrindavan's Van. Van means forest. Actually, Krishna says to his father in the 10th canto that, my dear father, we're not city dwellers. We dwell in the forest of Vrindavan. It's a very beautiful verse. So the sadhu said, I've never heard of anyone like that, Bhagavan. So the thief kept going, and he met another group of sadhus. Hey, you guys, where's Bhagavan? We never heard of anyone called Bhagavan. Bhagavan. Sorry. Like this for 1 week. He traveled around different forests in Vrindavan, asking different sadhus, sadhvis, Maya, where's Bhagavan? So he thought, well, I'll just find him myself. So he started wandering through the forest of Vrindavan. Now bear in mind, although he's a rascal, he's touching Braj Renu. He's touching the dust of Vrindavan. And by touching the dust of Vrindavan, you touch the dust of Krishna. Because Krishna doesn't wear sandals. He doesn't wear shoes. Sometimes you see a Krishna deity with shoes. It's some artist's speculation. Actually, Mother Yasoda asked Krishna one time, she said, Krishna, look, you go out with the cows all day long, there's sharp rocks out there, there's thorns. Please put on some chapal. Put on some sandals, some shoes. He said, Maya, my cows don't wear shoes. Why should I wear shoes? He said like that. My cows don't wear shoes. I'm a cowherd boy. Why should I wear shoes? So Krishna walks barefoot everywhere in Vrindavan, as do the gopis and the gopas and the elders of the village. And either you step into the dust of Krishna's feet, or Radha's feet, or Balaram's feet, or Yashoda Mai, or Nanda Baba, or the different devotees like that. That dust has a very powerful potency. Tadiya means that which is in relationship to Krishna. We just gave 4 lectures on Braj Renu in my series, The Glories of Vrindavan. It was a mini-series called The Dust of Vrindavan. 5 lectures, each an hour long. 5 hours about the dust of Braj. Our acharyas are so kind. It's said that one speck of dust in Vrindavan is more valuable than all the opulence of Vaikuntha, the official kingdom of God. Therefore, when Akrura came to Vrindavan, the first thing he did was roll into that dust. And Raghavacharya, he was a devotee during the time of Lord Chaitanya. He lived at Govardhan Hill. He lived in a cave, and when it was time for his bath in the morning, he would first take his bath, and then he would roll in the dust. What? Usually, if you roll in dust, then you take a bath. But because he knew the potency, the purity, the transcendental nature of that, you could say, which comes from the Chintamani Dham, the Chintamani gems. They, just like we have sand. Sand was previously a rock. It became sand in time. So Braj Renu is the Chintamani gems pulverized, and becomes even more powerful because Krishna's lotus feet are there. So he's a rascal, but just being there, just being in Braj, you can if you just exist there, you're going to make some progress. Prabhupada said if you just spend a fortnight in Mathura, you'll come to understand there's something special about this place. You'll feel that transcendental atmosphere. So eventually he started going around the 12 forests of Vrindavan, calling out, "Hey Bhagavan! Whoa Bhagavan! Bhagavan! Calling you! Bhagavan!" And one day, he went around like this, lost his voice actually. Bhagavan! He was thinking, Bhagavan. But that's good. It's called agyatsukriti. Agyatsukriti means that you're doing devotional service, but you don't know you're doing that service, but you still get some benefit. Even if you're a rascal and you say, these Hare Krishnas are in town, okay? You get some benefit. Krishna's name is always pure and uncontaminated. And just saying that, even in a nimical way, there's some benefit. Not that we want to chant like that, but just to give us an understanding how powerful is Krishna's holy name. So, Bhagavan, that's a general term for the Lord. A general term. There's more familiar terms like Gopijana Vallabha, Radharaman, so many intimate names. Like the most intimate name, what everyone prefers to call Krishna in Vrindavan, the Brajabasis, is Krishna, his original name. We're so blessed, we know the original name of God. So one sadhu came up and said, "Excuse me, sir, you're screaming, everywhere around Vrindavan. What are you looking for?" "I'm Bhagavan." Now this particular Brajbasi was quite learned. So he said, "We don't call him that here. He's here. Bhagavan's here. He lives here." "He does? No one else told me." "Yeah, well, I'm quite learned in the scriptures." So Parashara Muni says, the definition of the absolute truth is he who owns the 6 opulences in full. And if you search the 3 worlds, you'll never find anyone except Krishna. The thief said, "Oh." And the scholar said, "That's what he's called here." That's why they don't call him Bhagavan. They don't, the people of this village are not interested in the opulence of God. So the thief said, But that Krishna still has all the money, right? He said, in principle, yes. He's Bhagyavan, but we don't think of him like that here. Oh, you don't? Well, I would like to meet this, and the sadhu said, say Krishna. Krishna. I'd like to meet him. And why would you like to meet him? That's between me and him. Things like that. So sadhus, if they go out and preach to Jagai and Madhai in the streets of Navadvip, they can certainly encourage someone who, by chance or by good fortune, comes to Vrindavan. Somehow or other. Beg, borrow, steal. Whoa, look at that. Beg, borrow, steal, but get the mercy of the holy names. He's a stealer. So there he is. So the sadhu said, look, if you want to meet him, you have to call out his name. And you have to do that in an authorized way, so the thief's thinking like, I got to go through all this ritual to meet him? Yes. Yes, there's a process for meeting him. All right, what's the process? How do I get in line to have a darshan with this guy who's got all the money, all the riches? So the sadhu said, you sit under this tree and you called him like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. And I'll come back in time and, see how you're doing. Brahmanda Brahmati Konya Bhagavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasad, Bhai Bhakti Lata Bij. Since we fell from grace, since we fell from the kingdom of God, Brahmanda Brahmati Konya Bhagavan Jeev, the Jiva has been wandering through different Brahmanandas, which means universes, and different species of life, and different bodies, since time immemorial. It just means you can't compute that. Even AI probably can't do that. Challenging AI. But at one point, Guru Krishna Prasad, Bhai Bhakti Lat Bij, the Lord, which would be very rare because he only comes once in many billions of years, but he always has his representatives on earth by his kindness, because we may forget him, but he'll never forget us. We may forget him, but he'll never forget us. In fact, he travels with us in the form of the super soul in our hearts, even when we're a bug on the rug. He's there in our hearts, waiting for us to wake up. So, generally it's his representative or his representatives who intervene. They continue the mission of the Lord by continuing, setting a good example what it means to be a devotee and preaching the science of Krishna consciousness amongst the masses. So they'll intervene in our lives. So this sadhu thought, let me intervene. Irregardless of the fact this is not a very nice person by the way he speaks, I'll try to help him. So you sit here and I'll come back one day. And you sing that mantra. It's more like a prayer, isn't it? Mantra is a repetition, but when we chant with feeling. We chant with devotion. Just like if what's your son's name? Raj?
Kirtaniya.
Huh? That's a good name. Where'd you get that name? So if Kirtaniya, cries, Mama, Mama, Mama's not going to come, but if some spider comes somewhere, Mama! Mama comes running. So with feeling. So that, after some time, we can't just, it's not just repetition. It's with feeling, with devotion. And that's a seed in the heart, because that seed of devotion's in the heart, but it's covered now with the dirt of material desires. But once that's washed away, then we have to learn the art of devotion. And that expressed first and foremost by our love for the devotees, and our love for our guru, and the love for Krishna. It's a natural evolution of bhakti or devotion. So he he sat down and he was very determined. So the sadhu said, 32 syllables, okay? Not this mixing and mushing in the front. You do 36. So he sat down. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sadhu says, if you call me like that, I'm going to walk away. In my name. Say it with some feeling. Like, why are you chanting? What is the purpose of your chanting? I don't want to tell you. It's something deep in my heart. Oh, very nice. But do it with feeling. So then he got the idea. If I'm going to find this guy, Krishna, I have to chant with some feeling. I want that money. Money is the honey. Money is the honey. It's so sweet, right? Can't be beat. See, he agrees. Because he's using it for his beautiful wife and son. So he thought, if I'm going to get this person who has all the money, I better, show I really want it. Hare Krishna. He was chanting, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. He's chanting like that. So he's making a little progress, right? Some feeling was there. Who was telling us the other day? Oh yeah, Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj in the Rath Yatra in Joburg. He was quoting Prabhupada. He said, this Rath Yatra is a festival of feeling. I usually forget whatever I hear. But when I heard Maharaj say that, I'm going to use that. And I used it. This is a festival of feeling. People want, feeling. They want mundane feeling because it's the nature of the soul to want. It's just misdirected. We want to feel for Krishna. We want Krishna to feel for us because love is reciprocal. All of them, as they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. So if we want to love Krishna, we want Krishna to love us, the quality of our feeling, our devotion, has to be on that very high level, like 24 karat gold. Every girl knows, if a boy buys you a 9 karat gold necklace, that guy must not have very much money. But if he gives you 22 karat chain or earrings, you might be interested. So Krishna is interested in 24 karat bhakti or devotion. And if we want him to love us, we have to come to that caliber, that level of devotion. But the thief, of course, he didn't have that. It was crocodile tears. Crocodile tears means your baby is crying, but he's not really crying. Do you know what I mean?
I know it.
He wants mommy, or he wants that. He wants, ice cream or something. There's a crocodile. Every parent knows. Stop the crocodile tears, my mom used to say. Okay, Mom, but can I go out on Friday night? You stop crying pretty fast. Yeah, crocodile tears, but let's. So, something has to happen. If you come in contact with fire, you're going to get warm whether you want it or not. Just like it said, to enter into the spiritual abode, it's like you have to be like fire. You have to be like fire entering fire. You have to come with that same quality, transcendence. So there he was for 1 year. And this sadhu came back, just like we see in Brihat Bhagavatamritam. There's 2 themes there. One theme is that Gopal Kumar's, going through the different planetary systems, the different parts of the spiritual world, trying to find perfection. But as he goes, at the right time, when Guru and Krishna felt it was the right time, he would meet his spiritual master. Janme Janme Prabhu Se. You are my Lord and Master, birth after birth. That's guaranteed at Diksha. We may sometimes forget our spiritual master. We may even leave the mission. But if necessary, the spiritual master will take birth again because he took his vow very seriously at our fire sacrifice. As we promised the 4 rules, regulations, to chant 16 rounds a day. In his heart, he promised to Krishna, he promised to his spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, I will not rest until this disciple is back home in the groves of Brajabhumi. So this is the bigger picture. So we see that Gopakumar met his spiritual master at exactly the right moment. It's detailed. You ask Bhakti Bringa Govinda Maharaj, he's a master at Briyat Bhagavatamrita. And that's there. So we should never feel abandoned, just like I wrote a letter to Prabhupada one time. And I told Prabhupada I was missing him. And he wrote a letter back. It's another class, but there was a postscript in the letter. He actually wrote P.S. Prabhupada wrote P.S. It was so cute. He said, I understand your feelings of separation, because I said, I'm missing you. You left the temple, when am I going to see you again? He said, I understand your feelings of separation. He said, I also am always feeling separation from my spiritual master. However, and this is the important point, I always feel that he's watching over and protecting me. And that was in 71. And I put that letter aside. Oh, that's nice. Maybe Prabhupada's remembering me. But then when Prabhupada left this world, I took that letter out and I cried like a baby. I also understand your feelings of separation. I'm also feeling separation from my spiritual master. But I always feel that he's watching over and protecting me. So that gave some solace, because it was very difficult when Prabhupada left. So that gave me some solace. I always think like that, wherever I am. Sometimes I wrote in my Vyas Puja offering to Prabhupada this year, that sometimes at our festivals, these huge, thousands of people buying books, chanting, eating prasadam, thinking, Prabhupada, can you see? Do you see what's happening? I'm doing this for you. Do you see this? And I know he is. And then I feel deep connection, like that. So, but the thief, he didn't have that, but still he was chanting the holy names with enthusiasm, but for the wrong purpose. But that's okay, because Cheto Darpana Marjanam. You take medicine, you don't know how the medicine is working. You know. You better know. You're a doctor. But I don't know. But even I don't know, the medicine's still purified. So even if we don't know the full glories of the Maha Mantra, we're aspiring devotees, full potency is there. So therefore we should just chant with faith. What faith? Faith in our spiritual master. He says, Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Viva. That the whole Krishna is non-different than the holy name. So what do I know? I'm like an ant in the corner of the room. How can he conceive what's happening here? But I came in contact with Krishna's representative. I came in contact with the founder Acharya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That's that verse, one who has full faith in the spiritual master of Krishna, even though you don't know anything, the full purport of Vedic knowledge is revealed. Therefore, when I asked Tamal Krishna Maharaj, what is the most important quality of a disciple? I've said this many times. He replied, the most important qualification of a disciple is Guru Nishta, faith in the spiritual master. So my point is, sometimes we don't understand the potency of what we have. We're like a child with a gem, and we swallow it. We don't sell it and get money, but still the potency is there. So this went on for 1 year, and then the sadhu came back to his wanderings. This sadhu was wandering around, and he came to that thief, dacoit, burglar, under the tree, and he said, "Hey, you're here." And the thief jumped up. Yeah, you gave me this song to sing, and that Krishna, he hasn't replied. I'm getting really frustrated here. He still had a way to go. So the sadhu said, "Okay, look. This is a special tree. We call it Kalpa Vriksha, but your mentality is not correct. So what I want you to do, you see this big hill here? Yeah, I've been looking at it, I see the big hill." So the sadhu said it's called Govardhan Hill. Govardhan Hill. So I want you to walk around this hill 3 times a day. And the thief said, "That's a long way. I heard it's like 22 kilometers." You walk around and you sing this song In fact, I'm going to give you some beads, some japa beads. They're called japa beads. You keep count of these beads, and you go around 16 times every day as you're going around this mountain. You say, well, what am I going to do that for? So do you want to meet Krishna? Yeah, I want to meet him. I mean, I wasted 1 year here. If I just, could meet him, I could get what I want and retire. So the Baba, oh, you want to retire here? Ooh, sadhu, sadhu. So that's what he did. You know what it takes is what? If you do it really fast, 4 hours. So you get up really early. He's so determined. And he had his beads. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He'd go around three times every day. Morning, noon, and evening. So 6 months later, sadhus are very merciful. The sadhu came back again. And the thief jumped, I've been going around this mountain with the beads, and he said, and the sadhu said, oh, I forgot. Like, you may give a formula for the patient, but you forgot this particular. You don't do that, right?
I do.
You do?
No.
Okay, good boy. You gotta go. Be a good doctor. So, yeah, you get so much mercy because this is your house, So. Anyone invite me to their house? So then the not the doctor, I was going to say doctor. Well, the doctor of the soul, the sadhu. He said, yeah, I forgot. When you get to that part up there, there's two ponds, right? And the thief said, yeah, I see. I walk right past every time. There's people bathing in there, singing all kinds of songs. He said, I want you to, each time you go around, you bathe in the first one once, you go to the second one, and you come back to the first one. There's Radhakund, and the Shamakund, and then back to Radhakund. It said that one who bathes in Radhakund gets the same, well, not exactly, but the same quality of love that Radha has for Krishna. And if you bathe in Shamakund, you get the same love that Krishna has for, not the same, but the same quality of love that Krishna has for Radha. But he didn't say that, the sadhu, because you can see this guy's not ready yet. So that's what happened the next 6 months. He'd do his 16 rounds. He'd bathe in Radhakund, then he'd bathe in Shamakund, then he'd bathe in Radhakund, then he'd go and do it again 3 times a day like that. So, something was happening, obviously. It has to happen. Something has to happen. It's absolute Krishna consciousness, absolute truth, absolute reality. So he's sitting there one day and he's like, oh, boy, that was 8 o'clock at night. I just came back from the hill, took my bath. It was cold. It's winter now. But I don't know. I'm kind of, money? I don't know. Gold? Spent half my life here. Money, kind of like, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. No, I can't think like that. I can't think like that. Money is the honey, money is the honey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Going like that. So then 6 months passed and the sadhu came again. This time the thief didn't jump up. He just paid obeisance. He said, I see other guys bowing down to someone who gives them some good information. He bowed down and sadhu smiled. Oh. So he said, have you seen Krishna yet? No, I haven't. I don't know. So the sadhu could see, right? Because the spiritual master he should be able to understand the mind or the desire of the disciple. Like Prabhupada said one time, speaking to one disciple, if I revealed to you how many material desires are in your heart right now, you would faint. So chant Hare Krishna. So then the sadhu said, okay, so you keep on doing that, but you don't walk around Govardhan Hill, You roll around Govardhan Hill. I've seen that type of sadhus on 2 or 3 occasions. They don't just get up and bow down, get up and bow down. They roll. In Brajvena, they roll in the dust like this. So the whole pastime I told, what's today? In Friday's class, it's all about how the dust of Vrindavan, which is fully conscious, by the way, because everything in Braj is fully conscious, and to the point of everyone is fully enlightened and fully aware of their rasa with Krishna. And all the various rasas in Vrindavan facilitate the Madhurya rasa, the conjugal rasa between Radha and Krishna. They're all serving that divine couple in their loving exchanges. It's very interesting. But the dust of Vrindavan is fully conscious. And therefore, he being fully conscious of Braj and all that it means, he's one of the special 5 personalities who can grant you residence in Vrindavan, like Govardhan Hill, the river Jamuna, Yamuna Devi, Purnamasi, like that. The dust of Vrindavan is so powerful that it can grant you, it can open the door to Braj. Come, stay here eternally, be happy in your service to Radhesham. So some sadhus understanding that, having full faith in that, they roll around. One devotee came to me last Kartik, he said, Guru Maharaj, I did Dandavat Parikrama around Govardhan. I said, don't become proud. He was a little proud, could see a little pride there. Don't become proud. Next time you roll. It was beautiful. He hasn't done it yet. You roll in the dust around him. So the sadhu, he said to the thief, I'm still calling him a thief, a dacoit, you roll. That's going to take a long time. How strong is your desire? He said, he hesitated. It's pretty strong. Money is the honey, So that he did. 3 times a day. He rolled. Took him 18 hours. The rest of the time, he didn't have time to beg. He just took a little morsel of food in his hand and slept for a couple hours a day. That's what? That's Goswami life. You're so engaged in service that you don't have time to eat, and you're sleep a little bit. So this is the mercy of the Dham. The Dham's revealing itself to that thief. Like one time they asked Prabhupada, some disciples, like, who's the guru of the Brajabasis? And Prabhupada smiled, he said, Krishna. Krishna, he makes the arrangements. The Dham is actually an expansion of Balaram. Because Balaram, he's Dauji, he's the elder brother of Krishna. But because he's an expansion of Krishna, he's also subservient. He's Krishna, there's no difference. Like together we address them in the singular, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna and Balaram. We don't say the Supreme Personalities of Godhead. There can only be one personality of Godhead. So we address them, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there's no difference except Balaram's white and Krishna's blue. Blue is black like a monsoon cloud. But still, because Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna, he's subservient to Krishna. So in the mood of Dauji, he kills, Denakasura and, different demons like that. But as the servant of Krishna, because subordinate means, and subservient means you're the servant. So Balaram takes great pleasure. He expands as the Chamara fan, that fans Krishna. He expands as the seat, the asana of Krishna. He expands as the Dham. The Dham's actually an expansion. It's really mystical. Actually, the river Jamuna is an expansion of Vishaka Devi from Goloka Vrindavan. When we go to Vrindavan, that's how we see. We don't see with these eyes. A sadhu sees with his ears, not through his eyes. So we hear these things. We see Jamuna, we pray to Vishaka Devi or Yamuna Mai. So like that. So the thief started rolling in the dust. And he rolled and he rolled and he rolled and he rolled for 3 years. Sadhu didn't come back. We say in French, ça suffit. Situ. That's all. I've given you the instruction, now you act on it if you want. Like Krishna says, he speaks most of the Gita, then he says to Arjuna, now I've told you what it is, so you act on that knowledge, and if you don't accept it, you'll fall down. But if you accept it, you'll become Krishna conscious. Me conscious. Krishna is speaking about himself. The pun, right? You'll become me conscious. I never heard that before. He's the only one who can say it. So one day, the thief is there, and he's chanting, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Forget everything else. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, like Prabhupada said one time. What does this mantra mean? It means my friend, my friend, my friend. So he's sitting there, a tap on his shoulder. He looks and there's this cowherd boy with a bugle and a rope and, a dhoti, and you see cowherd boys. He said, Govardhan. Govardhan has the best grass for the cows. When the cowherd boys leave Nandagram, they often go to Govardhan because the grass there, it's very soft. It doesn't cut their tongue. Grass often cuts the tongues. Grass. I remember playing with grass when I was a kid. Sometimes I'd get a little scratch or cut. The grass at Govardhan Hill is so merciful. It's very soft. The cows doesn't cut their tongue, so they like to go there. And it's very sweet and yummy. And the best milk comes from the grass at Govardhan Hill. A special occasion, Krishna and the cowherd boys, they go there. There's a festival in Nandagram. They'll go there because they give the milk to their parents and they get the best sweets afterwards. Milk sweets. Well, for Krishna. They get his remnants. So, he'd seen cowherd boys coming around, because even today there's cowherd boys all over Braj. Yes, I'm busy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Baba, yes. I've taken a liking to you. What? You don't even know me. Yes, I do. How can you say you know me? I know everybody around here. How old are you? Mommy says I'm 7. And you know everybody. Yep. This kid's a little conceited. So, what do? Do you go to school? Nope, I don't have to. You should listen to your parents that you should go to school. I don't have to go to school. Why? Because I know everything. Excuse me, you know everything? Yep. So, he hadn't had a conversation with anybody in a long time because it's in there saying, he said, all right, kid, come here, sit next to me. Sit next to me. So you know everybody and you know everything. Yes? Okay, well, what's this? What do you do all day? Oh, I play with my friends. Oh, you play with your friends, do you? Yeah, I play with my friends, and we play games all day, and then, and I'm in charge of lots of cows. Okay, you're in charge of cows. When I was a young boy, I had 2 cows at my house. I took care of them too. How many cows do you take care of? 900,000. You take care of 900,000 cows? Are you okay? I'm the best of the best. That's what they say. Like, is your dad rich? Yeah. Yeah, my dad has a palace. Then why don't you dress a little better? Look at you, you're dhoti and you got a garland on. Yeah, I have a garland on. And it goes down to your ankles. Yeah, Mom calls it a Vaijayanti garland. Yeah? Like, you're so special, you have a garland? I get garlands all over the world. Now you're talking about the world. Yeah, really, and how long have you had that garland? All day? No, this garland's about 5 years old. But the flowers are still fresh. You're a big jokester, kid. Yeah, Mata Mangal's a better joker than me. Who's Mata Mangal? Oh, he's my funny Brahmin friend. He eats lots of sweets. And other kid, I have to get back to my business. I came here for a particular reason, and I have to get back to my business. I know why you've come. You know why I've come. Yeah, I know why you've come. But you're changing your mind, right? How do you know what I'm thinking? You know my mind? I know your mind perfectly. Okay, kid, that's enough. I can't handle this. Maybe tomorrow we can... Hey, where'd he go? Hey, kid. Kid, where... That was strange. Never a little 7-year-old boy. He knows everything. He knows everyone. Plays all day. Has a garland. He must have been a kid. He must have bought that garland and gave it to him. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Next morning, woke up, went around, go over downhill. Went around there, and they came in the evening, and that little boy, he was cute. He was naughty. He was cute. He was cute. He was cute. He was cute. Cute, 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 cute. Make a little song about that boy, He's so cute tonight. Hey, you came back. He said, yeah, you were thinking of me. How did you know? I know all these things. How do you know? He said, because I'm everywhere. Oh my God. You know everything, you know everyone, and now you're everywhere. How can you be everywhere? I just can. So yeah, it's really, it was really nice being with you yesterday. And the boy said, it was really nice being with you too. Oh, that's so nice. No one ever said that to me. They always want me to go away. No, you can stay here forever if you want. Oh, really? Wow. Wow, thank you so much. So tell me a little bit more about yourself. I mean, when I was a kid, 7, 8, 9, 10, I had a girlfriend. Do you have a girlfriend? Millions. I'm starting to believe you. That's good. No, come on, how many? Well, at least 16,108. But they all live in somewhere else, place called Dorka down by the sea, They're older, but I have lots of girlfriends my age. Yeah, all my girlfriends are 7 or 8, And I've got one really nice girlfriend. Yeah, she's the best of the best. She loves me more than anyone's ever been loved before. What do you know about love? Everything and more. Hey, I never met a kid like you. I know. I know. You're like you're special. Yeah. I'm really special. So, what do you do with your girlfriends? That's confidential. That I can only reveal to you later on in our relationship. What do you mean later on in our relationship you're going to reveal something to me? And you're going to love it. What can't you tell me? I mean, I'm a grown man. I'm 40 years old. Doesn't mean anything. Yeah, but what's so confidential? Just smile. So what's your girlfriend like? Why are you crying? I'm remembering her. What's her name? Well, that's very confidential because, Shukadeva Goswami, he wouldn't even say her name because that's his Istadeva. Sukadev, Ishta, what's her name? Well, it comes from the, let's not talk about that now. I won't be able to go on. Oh, kid, I can't really. Look, and I'm tired, I can't really understand you. I understand that. but you will in time. Okay, kid, look, really, where'd you go? Hey, come back. Don't come back. Why don't you come back? I want you to come back. Come back. Started crying. I miss you. I miss you. Come back. Come back. Boom. You came back. Yeah, because you were crying for me. But how did you know? I keep telling you I know everything. It's like I'm in your heart. Wow, you're in my heart. Oh, right. Yeah, well, gosh. All right. See you tomorrow. The next day, he got up. I don't even want to go around the mountain anymore. I don't want to bathe in the lake. I just want to be with that boy. That's all I want to be with that boy. I don't care about anything. I don't care about the gold. I don't care about the stuff. I don't care about the jewels and the rubies and the diamonds. I don't know what's happened to me. I've gone mad. Krishna! Boom. Whoa! I was calling Krishna, and you came. Yeah. Do you know him? Very well. So, anyway, let's talk about something else, let's talk about me. Really? Yeah. Really? Let's talk about me. Yeah, no, me first. Okay. Well, I'll tell you, I'm a thief. I'm a thief. Yeah, I'm a thief. And I could just go on for hours about, what a good thief I am. That's unfortunate. What do you mean? I have all fortune. No, you don't. You don't know what real fortune is. Stop talking in twisted tongues, will you? I'm trying to understand. You will. So I was a thief, and yeah, I made lots of money and everything like that. So what are you doing here? That's a long story. I've kind of lost my interest. I know. And what else do you do? Little boy said, you're going to really like this. Can I put my arms around you? Yeah, sure. I'm a thief too. What? What? Yeah, my name's Muckanchor. Muckanchor, what does that mean? It means I steal butter and yogurt and all kinds of milk products. Hey, listen, kid. I got something to learn. You got something to learn from me. No, I don't. You got something to learn from me. What do I got to learn from you? What do you steal besides milk and butter? I steal little girls' hearts. Oh, that's gross. Like you steal their hearts out. No, they fall in love with me. Here you go again. Here you go again. Well, the thing is, I just want to tell you, like they love you, like your parents love you, and like your friends love you. I just have to make a confession here. I came to this forest looking for gold and diamonds and jewels, but in your association, I found the most valuable gem. What's that? It's you. I don't know what it is. I just want to love you. The little boy said, I just want to love you. Why don't you stay here forever? And the thief said, yeah, I just want to stay here forever and be with you. Like, you're so special. Like, do you have any other nicknames? I don't have a nickname, but everybody in this village calls me Krishna! And the thief said, wait a minute. You're Krishna. Yes, I'm Krishna. Krishna, can I be your servant? Yes, you can. And they embraced. And they stayed in love forever and forever and ever and ever more. Shri Brajabhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham ki. Gopal Krishna ki. The thief who became a pure devotee ki. We can also become pure devotees by following in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada ki. Shri Brajabhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham ki. Jai Jai Sri Radhe Shyam. All by the grace of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.